Hello there to all my pro gamer friends. It is I, the Pro Gaming, and today I'm going to be answering a Q&A question about how do I not get tired of playing The Sims 4. This is something that several people have asked me before because I usually always play The Sims in my free time. So let me go ahead and kind of have a rundown of the basics here. So when making a I'm going to start from the very beginning process to later on process. But anyway, when you go to create a sim, you can make the sim look however you like, or, which is my self sim right here, it's not completely accurate, but you get the gist of it. And sometimes playing with traits that you usually play all the time with can get boring, and so I highly recommend making a sim and just mixing up their skills a bit that you normally wouldn't use, because a lot of traits do have secret interactions that you may not know about from just reading the description. Also, if you are not really much of a create a sim person, either maybe you are not, are still working on becoming a better create a sim person, or maybe you just want a sim that's already pre-made that you can just use or whatever, then go Community Creations, and I mean not Community Creations, sorry, Gallery, and just if you want a sim with no skills, then put it in no skills, and you should find a sim down the road that you think is you like and would want to use. Now, for up next wise, as far as um, settings go here, as I will show you here. So, I mean, you really have to have, this. I just have it down so that way if I'm talking or whatever, I can hear myself talk, so that way I can actually concentrate on what I'm saying. So I only turn autonomy off, but I do usually have it on full for gameplay wise. Now, the reason why I do this in my settings is so that way if I'm doing a household more than one sim, the other sims can be taken care of through needs. Now, disable autonomy for selective sim. I have this personally on because so that way I can have the sim that I'm selecting on do things that I want them to do without them, canceling that interaction out with going and doing whatever. Also, with auto play a household, I only really set this on only active household. Now, I do this so if I have multiple households, I'm going to save, because I am doing one save file kind of challenge thing here that I'm going to be putting all my sims on. And so this will only make it where only the household that I'm playing as will age up. Now, I have auto age unplayed households off, so that way households that I'm not playing as will not grow older. Now, sim lifespan, it depends on if you want a challenge or not, depending about what you're trying to do. If you want your sim to have, die really fast, then short lifespan. If you want normal, sure. Long, that's cool too. Um, you don't really need to worry about that. I do have animal aging on. I have all of these on as well. And I'm going to have the neighborhood stories off because I will be having my other sims from that I've made on the save file there, and I don't want them to die or whatever else outside of whatever it is that I decide to do. So I'm just going to apply changes to that. Now with environment wise, now this is normally 8 but or so. I personally try to make it like realistic, so the only close I could get to was 24 days. there's a permanent move set. I have that disabled because I want it to be like realistic, how the moon changes cycles instead of. I don't, lunar effects. I guess keep just to add some interesting gameplay. Now, that might be different if you are someone who does not have all the packs. I mean, I have all the packs. The only one I do not have right now, but I'm trying to work my way to get it, is the stuff pack for the crystals. But then there are seasons where you get rain and thunderstorms and snow and blizzards, etc. I also added season lengths to be 28 days because I want it to feel kind of like how a real life is, with the seasons being quite a few. For game packs, however you want to play, that's however. I usually turn off the eco lifestyle NPC thing because that gets kind of annoying after a bit if I do not meet their so-called requirements. But you know what? For the sake of the challenge, I will put it on. I'm not saying I'm going to like it, but now here, no, wrong one. I think it's this one. No, and that is all as far as settings and stuff go. But like I said, it's up to you. Now, this is a house that I made, and I will tell you, it took me hours to finally get this all here made. But I wouldn't really say I'm much of a builder in a sense. I mean, yeah, I can make some pretty good houses, but I am more of like a decor person in The Sims, besides from, doing gameplay and stuff. And some of that I will kind of show off some details. So another stuff too that I do that's slightly, to add to gameplay and stuff is, like, for example, we'll use the front door here for an example. Actually, okay, so now I set it to front door. Alright, so I just like to add this to, that. Now, if you really wanted to, you could use the no trespassing, and and you can disallow this if you do not want, like, the welcome wagon to come. But it will still allow, like, neighbors and your friends and whatever. I don't mind if vampires come, but I usually turn it off when Vlad is coming, because he always loves to come at the time where I'm about ready to get promotion and fuck up my entire schedule, and I just hate Vlad. Anyway. Then we have, but anyway, so even though this is just the core part, it really doesn't have anything to do with effect or gameplay. But I do put light switches around the house. The reason why I did that was to add a little bit more realism, to make it look, because usually I don't have all the lights on like I have here. I usually go on to them. Here, go to auto lights and do a light switch. Turns them all off. So basically, in a sense, why I put the light switches here, so when my sim enters the house, here, just to show you, here, and it's raining, so I'm glad I'm getting my sim out of there. It will look like he turned on the light switch into the room. And now, to kind of show another example of this as well, is, let's say that he's going to go to the living room, then that light in there turns off, even though you can't really tell because of this. But that's another kind of horror gameplay that I like to use, and plus I put this right here too to show that he puts his mail and whatever stuff right there, and little jacket and hat in case he goes out, and also a shoe thing so that way he looks like he keeps it organized. He will have his shoes removed when he's inside the house. I think he will do it here soon, or I think he already did it. No. So actually, let's see what happens if I have him change. Okay, sir. Well, anyway. Wait. Yeah, so, and I like to add, some posters and stuff like that, and now the one part of the house that I am proud of making, even though I have like a few here, is we're gonna turn on all lights here, and I am very proud of how the kitchen turned out. So basically it looks like to me like an actual kitchen here. I have stuff for cooking, my cutting board and stuff, so it looks like I'm being, plus a broom and more to look like he cleans up whatever messes are made. Apron for cooking, chairs and stuff, and some decor. I do use this trash can even though it takes 1,000 simoleons or so to have, and that's because when you use this trash can, you will get $10 per household member when you throw stuff in here. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be asking me this question as well, but how do I keep my counters clear if I want to use other stuff too for cooking? Well, that's very quite simple. I go to my inventory here, my Sims inventory, and if I want to, I could always bring in and or out the microwave. Same thing with the mixture and stuff like that. Or even if I just want to pull out the coffee or tea or hot cocoa. And also too, I know you don't see it, but I also have the dust kit on, so my sim can use vacuum and stuff, and that's just to add a little bit more realism, to kind of like how real life, to show that he, keeps his house clean and keeping it from getting dusty over time. But everybody's different. You don't have to like that. I'm just, but after all, I'm explaining to you all like why how I don't get bored of The Sims. Another thing too that also helps me not get bored is try out different careers too. Like sometimes you might find a career that you might like this. But I personally enjoy doing decor and more, like how I did with the laundry room. Kind of making it look like an actual laundry room with soap for the washer, the bin right here, so it looks like when he gets done folding he puts it in there, which I had to use a few different methods to get this on top of here. And this little wall thing. Now sometimes getting packs and stuff like that for The Sims can be beneficial to helping you have a more funner experience with the game. But if you're someone who doesn't want it or whatever, then there's other methods too. You just kind of have to fit what kind of fits your groove. And just kind of showing the bathroom and stuff. Okay, there's one thing I did forget to put, and I am kind of upset with myself that I forgot about it, but as you can see here, I added this here to kind of look like he actually brushes his teeth, you know, uses soap and washes his hands when he's done. And one thing I did forget to put in this bathroom that I will show you all here what I'm going to be putting. But like I said, I know it's nothing big. It's not going to, you know, change the core gameplay of my game, but I don't know, kind of adds a little bit more to the room when I do this. So let's see here, where is it? Yes, we're gonna go right there. Oh, and another thing too, so I am using cheats, and how you do that is doing testing cheats on. You will accept the terms, and I am going to, the cheat that I'm going to be using for this is bb dot move objects on. Now the reason why I did this is because this will help me like set whatever. So right there is good. So that way if the toilet gets, you know, clogged or whatever, they have it right there. Now, oh, that reminds me, another thing that also keeps me from being bored of the Sims here is lot trades. If you're having a hard time getting money, or you want to get your skills for whatever up higher, there's some here. Now, my personal favorite too, that I mean isn't really much of a skill builder, but it is mostly for helping, you know, save up on bills and whatever. Now these ones will, the two that I am going to be using will be deals are from the pack, so I don't really remember which one it is, but we have Natural Well, which spring waters runs under this lot, reducing utility bills and offering fresh, clean water from the tap. And another one too that can also help with trying to, you know, help your bills go down some more is, sorry, I'm having a real tough time finding it. There. Geothermal. Natural heating lowers stabilities by generating power and keeps any pools warm. So, there's that. And also, now, it depends about what you're trying to go for here. You could use penny pixies, which will help you also with money. So you might have a little bit more to spend on bills, on your bill or whatever for your house. Or, since my guy's going to be mostly doing, you know, the video, what I do usually, even though it's more of a hobby on YouTube here, we're going to go with fast internet. That way when you stream, he has the best quality there. So, but if you're someone who wants to go with a challenge, you might want to go with different ones. Also, if you, for additional challenges, you can put other stuff here too, like like you can make it where your house gets more filthy, grody, or more of a challenge, or mold, etc. Whoever you want. That's perfectly up to you. So I do it depending about what kind of challenge and whatever I want to do. Now, on to the next part. Now this you will need seasons and maybe a few others here, but we're going to go back to live mode here. Which we will go here to calendar. Now this one's going to have to do with holidays. So, as you can see here, I already went before I made this video and put the holidays based off of their name. Now, how can we make these holidays a little bit more interesting? Well, this is what I do. You can change it up however you want it. So, it's Love Day, whatever. You can go on a date with your specific other. You can give flowers. Or be romantic. Like from kissing, hugging, flirting, etc. Now, if you're someone... I mean, you can make decor, so pick decor if you want to make it look like, have your house and stuff look like it celebrates holiday, Valentine's Day or whatever other holiday, then go for it. Now if you have a similar that's like me, who's not really in the dating or style wise, but you still kind of like want to celebrate it in a sense of a way here in The Sims, watch romantic TV. I mean, I know some of you in there might be questioning it, but hey, it's doing something about love, so there you go. Now for Thanksgiving, this is kind of a small, minor detailed one, but keep everything the same. Besides from one thing. Now I know that not everybody's family does this. I mean, I don't know, but I know in my family they do this, even though I personally don't do this. But you want sports TV, because my family loves to watch football on Thanksgiving. I'm not really a fan of sports, besides from, if you want to call it a sport, wrestling. So there you go. Now we're gonna get down to the next part. Christmas or Winterfest, whatever you want to call it. Now, one thing I am going to change out of here, because it's not something that my family, I feel like, personally do, which is a grand meal. Now, I am probably going to offend so many people because I do not know which one is which, but for those who celebrate other parts of the holidays differently, you could put, I guess, something like that for Hanukkah. If it's the other one, I do apologize. I don't know which candle is for which thing. And for this part of the calendar, you don't have to put on Wednesday. I just do personally, so that way it's in the middle of the week, so my sim can go ahead and do whatever. But next holiday we're going to do is Easter. Now, Easter is very simple. Just three things: decor, egg hunt, and the flower bunny. And boom, you have Easter. Now, I'm not going to do 4th of July because it's just fireworks, but you can always do it on the 4th. And when you're in fall, like I said, you don't have to put it on Wednesday. I just do because I like it to be in the middle of the month, so I can get whatever I need to get done. So for that, we're going to add spooky, and we all know what a spooky theme is, don't we? One of my favorite holidays is Halloween, and also one of my favorite movies too. So you're going to put decor. Now, to kind of also, like I said, pay homage to like other traditions and stuff, we're going to put remembrance for Day of the Dead, since I do know some people do that. And trick or treat, besides from spooky spirits, and besides from trick or treat, we're going to have them wear costumes. And there you go. You have Halloween. And that's about it for that. Now, to kind of continue on here with the calendar, you can also, besides from doing holidays, you can do like events, or like at a stay over. But for example, here we have a baby shower, which is a really nice. I've done this before, and I have to say, It's really good if you're kind of telling the, you know, trying to make your Sims life story a little bit more realistic, like having a baby shower and finding out what gender the baby is going to be, possibly. I don't know if it will tell you exactly, but who knows. So next here we have the Creek Party, which I don't really know what this is about. I think so, but if you want to tell, wait, I think this is, I think this is like a beer party, but they call it differently. But then we have the toddler play date, which is good if you're kind of wanting to, set up a play date with your toddlers. Now, birthdays, I personally like to use, especially when it's their birthday. I like to manually pick when my Sim's birthday are going to be, so it feels, instead of just letting the game be like, okay, this is the day happens. But plus you get unique rewards if you do this. Now obviously we've got the ranch animal day, ranch gathering, black and white bash for kind of like a fancy party, a slumber party for that, for if you want kids to have a sleepover, I guess. The neighborhood potluck, mountain climbing espresso, spooky party. If you're kind of wanting to, have like a Halloween party. I guess that's like a regular type of style costume party. That's like a cool pool party. Family reunion, if you kind of want to get together with family. Family reunion. Dance party. House party. Weenie roast. Cavern party. There you go. And those are some of the things too. You can plan your weddings. Like what day you want your Sims and stuff to get married. But yeah. Also, another kind of cool thing to do is try to get the rewards traits as well, because those will also give you some unique gameplay and stuff. Now, I'm just going to have it on everything. So, you will get like very special traits, and some will help you get traits that might help you make it where your Sim doesn't really, doesn't get hungry or stuff that often, so you have more free time to do whatever. Or whoever you're wanting your Sim to portray as a good, bad, or whatever type of style person. Then, if you just want to feel like money riches, get a money tree. And more. Sometimes I like getting these because it adds some other unique gameplay and stuff. Also, complete aspiration, because you get reward traits which can help you depending about what it is and stuff. And yeah, I like to have my Sims, cook and do pretty much everything else, and there's not really that much else to tell besides from that. And if I usually start like a family thing, I kind of like to have pictures of like how they were, and like take pictures like if my Sim has kids where they were a kid to teen, and kind of showing like their growth throughout their life. More, I do set up like a graveyard thing for whenever my Sims do pass, for kind of like a memory thing. But you can start your own businesses too. I mean, some people in here. Now, I would do the animal veterinarian thing, because that is something that's kind of close to my job, even though it's more of a shelter than a vet clinic. But yeah, and also, try playing with the Colts and other things and just seeing what fits you. But besides from all of that, on a serious note, though, also another main reason too that I cannot get bored of The Sims is not only because I enjoy playing The Sims, and it's because it's one of the first Sim games that I actually got into that I really liked, but another main factor to why I never get bored of The Sims is because I always have brainstorms. I always think of new a new Sim character that I could try to play as and come up with like different stories how I want them to be and stuff. And also one last thing too before I end this video. I'm sorry if it's been long and taken up all of your time here, but this Sims house that you see here will be part of my upcoming Sims series. Now, since I am going to be adding my actual Sims and taking out, the in-game Sims, you may see like my friend Widow in there. You may see Luna, Madison, um, Sir Pickles, and possibly others that I've created down the line. I will be redoing and remaking houses, so that's upcoming. And also, besides from this, I also added this because that way it adds some more activities to the pool and more. But yeah, that's my long explanation to how I don't get bored of The Sims 4. And I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.